often do you stop to think about the person behind something really iconic?
Not often enough, probably.
Right. And today, we're not talking about, big inventions or huge movements. We're talking about a dog breed.
The American Pit Bull Terrier.
Exactly. And one specific guy, John P. Colby, his vision, his dedication, it really, forged the essence of the breed.
It's a pretty compelling idea, isn't it? That just one person could have such a lasting mark, a living mark, really, across generations of animals.
Yeah, it really is.
It's fascinating. We often see breeds as just there, like they always existed this way.
Right, like they just appeared.
Exactly. But they're products of, well, deliberate human effort, passion.
And the impact one person can have, like Colby, on the genetics, the culture, the whole story of a breed.
Especially one like the APBT, which is so significant historically and, let's be honest, often misunderstood.
Yeah, definitely misunderstood.
It just shows the power of, I guess, individual will shaping things around us. It's part science, part art, part just sheer determination.
Absolutely. And that's the journey for today. This deep dive, it's all about the APBT's history, but seen through Colby's eyes. Our mission, really, is to unpack how his passion, his dedication, starting way back, late 19th century, how it still echoes today in the breed's genes. Even now, we want to get the real depth of his contribution, not just a breeder.
Right, more like an architect.
Exactly. An architect of the breed.
Yeah, and we're aiming to go beyond just the, the surface facts. We want the why. Why did Colby make those choices?
Right.
And the how. How did his methods get so influential? And ultimately, the what. What does it all mean for the breed today?
Okay.
So we'll be pulling out the key insights, the important bits from the source material we've got, giving you a shortcut, basically, to being really informed about him.
Good.
It's not just dates and names. It's about the strategy, the commitment, the force of will involved.
Sounds fascinating. So where are we heading? What's the plan?
Okay, so the journey looks something like this. We'll kick off with Colby's early life, surprisingly early interest in these dogs.
The precocious part, yeah.
Exactly. Then we'll get into his pioneering work, importing dogs, setting up his own distinct line, really setting a standard.
Okay.
Establishing the Colby line.
Then we pivot a bit, look at how he made the breed accessible, took it public, which was revolutionary.
Ah, interesting. Not keeping it exclusive.
Right. And then, of course, the iconic dogs themselves, the ones that really cemented his reputation.
The pillars of the line.
And finally, we do have to touch on the controversies he faced, how he navigated all that.
Right, because history isn't always clean.
No, definitely not. But it's a story of passion, innovation, and just unwavering commitment. It tells you a lot about breed development, perception.
And legacy?
And legacy, absolutely. How a carefully built genetic legacy can endure. Understanding Colby gives you insight not just into the APBT, but how breeds get recognized, refined.
How their identities shift. Exactly. Societal pressures, individual influence. His story is like a microcosm of that whole process, but, amplified by his vision. The early life and vision of John P. Colby, the genesis of a legacy.
Okay, so let's pull back that curtain. Start right at the beginning. John Pritchard Colby. He wasn't born into some dog breeding dynasty, was he? No fancy kennel club background?
No, not at all. Quite the opposite, actually. Born January 15th, 1875, Newburyport, Massachusetts.
Okay, Massachusetts.
His parents were Joseph Flint Colby and Nellie S. Jackson. It's important, that humble start. It grounds him.
Yeah, shows he built it himself.
Right, from the ground up. A typical New England beginning, really. Not inherited wealth, just drive and a connection to the dogs.
So Newburyport back then, what was it like? Not exactly a dog breeding hotspot, I imagine.
No, it was a busy port city. Shipbuilding, maritime trade, that sort of thing. Definitely not rural, but yeah, not known for dog breeding.
Right.
Especially not for the type of dogs that caught his eye. So for a kid growing up there to get so intensely focused on game dogs.
It suggests something innate, right?
Exactly. A powerful connection from really early on. Maybe even despite his surroundings, not because of them. Like a calling.
And this is where it gets really interesting, the age factor.
Yeah.
He showed the intense interest in the American Pit Bull Terrier game dog, his term, when he was barely 14.
14. Think about that.
Seriously. Most 14-year-olds are, well, not doing that.
Right. School, friends, maybe a job. But Colby, he's already zeroing in on this specific demanding passion.
It wasn't just a phase.
No, clearly not. It was the start of a lifelong obsession, a true calling he just ran with.
So How does a teenager in the, late 1880s get that focus on this specific type of dog?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Especially a dog that wasn't easy to get, wasn't easy to breed, wasn't mainstream.
Yeah.
It really speaks to, like you said, an innate calling, a deep drive. You have to remember the resources back then.
No internet, no easy breeder connections.
Exactly. No Facebook groups for APBT enthusiasts. He must have been incredibly observant, curious. Maybe he had a mentor or found some local info that just sparked it.
But still to act on it.
Right.
Yeah.
It suggests this deep, almost vocational pull. He saw something in those dogs others missed or misunderstood.
And he didn't just admire them. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
At 14, in 1889, he starts importing and breeding pit bull game dogs from England and Ireland.
Let that sink in. A teenager arranging international dog shipments.
It's nuts.
It's absolutely extraordinary. The logistics alone, even today, that's complicated. Back then.
Mind-boggling.
It shows incredible ambition, resourcefulness, determination, just wow.
So connecting that to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
What did that actually involve logistically?
Oh, man. Okay, so think late 19th century. No quick flights, no easy emails or calls.
Right.
Long ocean voyages for the dogs, strict quarantine rules when they arrived, currency exchange, finding reputable sources overseas.
How did he even do that? Letters, telegrams.
Yeah. Probably all of the above. Word-of-mouth networks, maybe. It required serious money, connections, and knowing exactly what he was looking for. Which specific bloodlines.
So he already had a vision for the genetics he wanted.
Absolutely. That underscores his dedication, his foresight. He knew he needed the best foundation stock from Europe to build his own line, no matter how hard it was to get, establishing the Colby line, defining the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Okay, so 1889, huge year. Importing starts.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't just about bringing dogs in. That's the year he officially starts the Colby lines.
Right. The official genesis. This wasn't just, letting dogs have puppies.
No casual breeding here.
No way. This was deliberate, systematic. He was establishing a distinct, recognized lineage, aiming for consistency, quality, something that would set his dogs apart.
So like a brand almost.
In a way, yeah. But built on genetics. It needed a clear vision from day one. Meticulous records, pedigrees, traits, temperament.
Keeping track of everything.
Everything. With a long-term goal for the characteristics he wanted. He wasn't just making puppies, he was sculpting a type, refining it generation by generation.
And that discipline, that vision, right from the start.
That's why the Colby line became so influential, so recognizable, so enduring.
And his breeding philosophy, it boiled down to 3 key things, right?
The triad, yeah. Gameness, structure, and temperament. These weren't just guidelines. They defined his approach, became the hallmark of Colby dogs.
It wasn't just one thing. It was the balance.
Exactly. The balance was key. And we should probably unpack each one because they tell you so much about his genius.
Okay, let's do it. Start with gameness.
Yeah.
What did that really mean in this context? It sounds intense.
It was intense, but maybe not how people first think. It wasn't just about aggression, often the opposite, actually.
Oh.
Gameness meant incredible tenacity, courage, an unwavering will to persist, to push through pain, exhaustion, anything to finish a task.
Like mental toughness. Grit.
Exactly. Mental fortitude, indomitable spirit. Crucial for the jobs these dogs did historically. Pits, farms, catching, even as those roles evolved.
So it's about character, not just fight drive.
Precisely. It was the ultimate test for his program, separated the truly exceptional APBT from just a strong dog. That resilience, that will to that's what Colby bred for.
Okay, so you've got the spirit, but the body has to match.
You nailed it. Colby knew the best spirit needs a capable vessel. So, pillar 2, structure. Robust physical conformation.
Will to last.
Right. He selected for endurance, agility, overall health. Dogs that could do their job without breaking down.
What did that look like physically?
Powerful muscular build, deep chest for lung capacity, strong jaws, athletic but compact frame, built to withstand hard work.
Form follows function.
Always. Good structure means longevity, fewer injuries, efficient movement. A game dog without the structure to back it up. Not effective, not humane, not sustainable.
They were linked.
Oh.
Inextricably.
Colby got that. He bred for dogs that were not only willing, but physically built to perform at the highest level, consistently.
Okay, gameness, structure. And the third one, temperament. This feels really important, especially now.
It is, and it's often overlooked in the history. Colby didn't just focus on physical power or gameness, he deliberately selected for temperament.
Which challenges the stereotype of early game dogs, maybe.
It does, because even back then, a truly valuable dog, even a game dog, had to be controllable, intelligent, able to switch off, basically, especially around people.
So not just a fighting machine.
Not at all. Colby's focus here suggests he wanted a stable mind, a loyal companion as well as a high performer, a versatile animal.
Which explains how they could transition to family pets later.
Exactly. That careful selection for a balanced disposition, alongside the drive and loyalty, laid the groundwork. He showed they weren't mutually exclusive.
So this three-pronged approach, did it work?
Did it ever? His reputation just exploded, grew rapidly.
Not just locally?
Nope, his dogs were exported all over the world. Literally.
Wow. Global reach back then. That's staggering.
It really is. Think about it. People in different countries spending serious money, going through logistical hoops, specifically for Colby's dogs.
That says everything about the quality.
It's a global acknowledgement of the traits he'd cultivated. The gameness, the structure, the temperament. It wasn't just local hype. It was an international phenomenon.
Setting the benchmark.
Absolutely. The Colby line became the standard for quality APBTs worldwide. His success was undeniable.
And other big names noticed, right? The source mentions Earl Tudor, George Armitage.
Yeah, and highlighting those names is crucial. These weren't just random dog guys. Tudor and Armitage are titans. Legends in APBT history.
Foundational figures themselves.
Exactly. And the fact that they sought out Colby's dogs, that speaks volumes.
The ultimate endorsement.
It really is. When other top breeders, people shaping the breed, actively want your bloodline for their programs, that means you're the source.
The indispensable figure.
Right. It showed Colby wasn't just a good breeder, he was the source for the foundational quality everyone else needed. That interconnection is a huge part of the APBT story, democratizing the breed beyond exclusive circles.
Okay, this next part feels really unique. How Colby broke with tradition.
This is where he really shook things up.
Instead of keeping his best lines super exclusive, like only for a select few trusted breeders.
Which was the common practice, especially for high-performance working dogs. Guarded secrets, almost.
Right. He did something totally different. Revolutionary, the source says.
And it was revolutionary for that time. Think late 19th, early 20th century. He challenged that whole culture of exclusivity, secrecy.
Why? Why go against the grain like that?
He saw a bigger picture for the breed. He understood that for the APBT to really flourish, to get recognized, admired, its best qualities needed to be out there, accessible.
It's pretty forward-thinking.
Hugely forward-thinking. It had massive, lasting implications.
Which leads right into his next move, offering his game dog, pit bull dogs, and breeding services to the general public.
Exactly. Not just to the inner circle. He opened the doors.
Democratizing access, essentially.
That's a perfect way to put it. It democratized ownership. Moved these amazing dogs out of just niche enthusiast circles.
Making them accessible to, well, regular people across the U.S.
Right. Before Colby, the average person might have heard of these dogs, maybe seen one, but getting a high-quality one with a known pedigree, tough, exclusive.
So he changed that.
Fundamentally, he spread the breed geographically, but also broadened the understanding and appreciation of them among everyday families.
That must have shifted the whole trajectory in America.
Profoundly. It helped embed the breed into American society, way beyond just its original roles. Created a wider, more diverse gene pool, too.
And this accessibility, it helps shape the perception, too, right? Cementing that dual reputation.
Yes. The reputation as a balanced dog, good in its historical combat or working roles, but also a good family companion.
So how did he manage that? Especially when game dog probably screamed aggression to many people back then.
That's the brilliance of it. It speaks to his deep, holistic understanding of the breed. He knew the same qualities: loyalty, intelligence, resilience, determination that made them great workers.
Also made them great companions.
Exactly. He actively showed off their versatility, their balance. By letting families actually own these dogs, he let people see it firsthand.
Challenging the stereotype directly.
Right. He showed that game dog didn't have to mean bad family dog. He laid the groundwork for that enduring appeal across different roles. Iconic Colby dogs, the embodiment of a vision.
Okay, let's talk about the stars, the actual dogs. the pillars of the Colby line.
Yeah, the names etched into history.
These aren't just footnotes, he said. They're genetic cornerstones.
Absolutely. They carry the traits Colby worked so hard for. Each one is like a successful proof of concept for his breeding philosophy.
Passing on the gameness, structure, temperament.
Right. And you can still trace their influence today in modern pedigrees. They're the foundation stock.
So who are some of these key players? Colby's Gulty 1910 is mentioned.
Galty, yeah. Now, the source doesn't give specifics on her wins or anything.
But she's clearly important.
Hugely. Her name popping up repeatedly means she was a key foundation animal. Probably a crucial brood bitch.
A matriarch.
Likely. Essential for passing on those desired traits consistently. In any great line, you have these genetic anchors, often female lines, that become the bedrock.
Defining the core characteristics.
Exactly. Galty was likely that for Colby, providing a stable, high-quality genetic blueprint. Her legacy is that consistent transmission. Unseen, but vital.
Okay. Then there's Colby's Bobtail Bob, 1895, noted for 21 XW.
Right. And for anyone wondering, XW means time winner, so 21 victories.
Wow, that's impressive.
It really is. And it underscores that performance aspect crucial in the game dog world. Those records weren't just for bragging rights.
They were proof.
Proof. Validation of the gameness, structure, spirit Colby bred for. Bobtail Bob showed the selection process worked. He could deliver under pressure.
A living testament.
Exactly. Enhanced the whole line's reputation. A record like that was the gold standard back then. Showed consistent excellence.
And he wasn't the only one. Colby's Pinscher, 24-time winner. Even more wins.
Yeah, having not just one but two dogs like Bobtail Bob and Pinscher with such incredible records.
That just solidifies it.
Absolutely. It shows the consistency, the exceptional quality wasn't a fluke, it was a pattern. His methods worked, consistently producing top performers.
Made the line incredibly sought after.
No doubt. When you can reliably produce dogs that excel like that, it speaks volumes about the genetics. Pinscher's record just drove that point home even harder. Gold standard stuff.
Okay, now this next one feels like a turning point. Colby's Primo.
Ah, Primo. Yeah.
Accepted by the AKC, the American Kennel Club, as a Staffordshire Terrier.
Right. When the breed was first registered under that name, this is a really complex, pivotal moment.
Why? What was going on there?
Well, you have to understand the context. This was a deliberate, strategic move by the AKC. The primary goal was, frankly, to distance the breed from fighting.
To clean up the image.
Exactly. Dissociate it from fighting, as the source says. Fighting was becoming less acceptable, illegal in more places.
So registering a top Colby dog like Primo under a different name.
It did a couple of things. First, it showed the quality of the breed Colby had developed good enough for the mainstream AKC.
Okay.
But second, it really highlights the societal pressure to redefine these dogs, to legitimize them in the eyes of the public and kennel clubs.
Like an early rebranding effort.
That's exactly what it was, a snapshot of that complex history. Trying to move the breed out of the shadows, but creating this sort of dual identity in the process.
Staffordshire Terrier versus Pit Bull Terrier.
Right. Same genetic roots, largely from breeders like Colby, but diverging paths in terms of registration and public perception. Primo's acceptance is right at that fork in the road, facing controversy and forging an enduring legacy.
Okay, but Colby's story wasn't all triumphs and accolades. There was controversy, too.
Yeah, it's important to acknowledge the difficult parts. History isn't sanitized.
The source mentions a tragic accident in 1909 on his property.
Yes, deeply unfortunate. It involved one of his pit bulls and his 2-year-old nephew.
Oh, wow. That's heavy.
It is. And it's a crucial, somber detail. It speaks to the real-world challenges, the scrutiny, the criticisms Colby and the breed faced.
Terrible for everyone involved.
Absolutely. And it highlights the serious responsibilities that come with owning and breeding powerful dogs.
Okay.
Even for the most dedicated people, tragic things can happen.
And single incident like that.
It can disproportionately impact the whole breed's reputation, even if it's rare.
Which is exactly what happened, according to the source. Detractors used it to attack the breed.
Right. It was weaponized, seized upon by those already opposed to APBTs.
To paint the whole breed with one negative brush.
Precisely. It illustrates how single events, especially tragic ones, get amplified in public discourse for breeds with existing reputations or anxieties surrounding them.
They become focal points for criticism.
Exactly. Regardless of context or decades of responsible breeding, it fuels prejudice, fear, calls for bans.
So this incident gave ammunition to people who already disliked the breed.
Significant ammunition allowed them to confirm their biases, intensify attacks, despite Colby's lifelong work on temperament and promoting them as family dogs, shows how fragile public perception is.
Yet, despite all that, the public backlash, the personal tragedy, Colby kept going.
Unwavering dedication. That's what the source emphasizes. Colby continued breeding American Pit Bull Terriers until his death in 1941.
Over 50 years total, through thick and thin.
It's an incredible resolve, isn't it? Shows an extraordinary belief in the breed, a conviction that went deeper than tragedy or criticism.
It wasn't just a job or a hobby.
No, it was his life's work. His steadfastness speaks volumes about his character, his ethics, his connection to these dogs. He didn't just endure, he kept refining, championing the breed, never abandoned the vision.
And because of that dedication, he left this huge, enduring legacy.
Yeah, an important legacy that still endures. Not just historical, but living.
How so? What does that mean, practically?
Well, his work laid the genetic foundation for generations to come. And the source makes a really powerful statement here.
Which is?
The genetics of Colby dogs are present in all important current lines of American Pit Bull Terrier game dogs.
Wow. All important current lines.
That's what it says. Think about that. His influence isn't just a note in a history book. It's a living part of virtually every significant APBT pedigree today.
That's mind-blowing.
It's a testament to the strength, consistency, and lasting impact of his breeding program. His contribution was that fundamental.
So almost every APBT enthusiast or owner today
is connected genetically back to Colby's vision, whether they know it or not. Those traits he selected, gameness, structure, temperament, became the blueprint.
encoded in the DNA.
Exactly. His legacy is literally alive in the breed today. Outro.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it's been quite a journey into John P. Colby's world.
Absolutely. A remarkable story.
From that incredibly early start, just 14, meticulously shaping the APBT with his 3 pillars.
Gameness, structure, temperament.
Right. And then that revolutionary move, making them publicly accessible. His influence is just undeniable.
He truly defined the breed in so many ways.
Faced down controversy, personal tragedy, kept going.
Yeah.
And left this genetic footprint that's still here in basically every major line.
A powerful story of vision and endurance.
Makes you think.
It really does. If we connect it to the bigger picture, what does Colby's journey tell us about the power of one person's dedication?
Shaping not just a breed, but its whole story, its future.
Exactly. Even through challenges, changing times. And it raises questions for us today, doesn't it? As enthusiasts, owners, learners.
How do we balance that history, the breed's original purpose?
With modern understanding, modern responsibilities. How do we appreciate the complexity?
It's not simple.
Definitely not. But understanding that meticulously crafted past, like Colby's work, is surely crucial for responsibly guiding the future.
A really provocative thought to end on. And hey, if you listening are as fascinated by this as we are.
And how could you not be?
Right. If you want to dive even deeper into APBT history, game dog history.
You absolutely have to check out APBT INFO.
Yes, we highly recommend them. Visit their website, check out their YouTube channel.
Seriously, they have hundreds of hours of historical content, meticulously researched.
It's an incredible resource, truly invaluable if you want to continue this deep dive.
An absolute treasure trove for anyone who loves the history of the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Definitely check them out. You won't regret it.